guys read that? Um, Ever since I was in a conversation with my friend Abel um, yesterday, it got my curiosity, because he's a Catholic, and I was trying to witness for Jesus to him, and like throughout the whole conversation with him, uh, he kept just mentioning the Virgin Mary, Virgin Mary, Virgin Mary, the Pope, this, the Pope that, the Pope this. I'm like, the only person that was bringing up Jesus in the conversation was me, and it got my curiosity. So I've been looking for churches that just say the Blessed Mary on it, or that like it just showed you. You know what I mean? It's almost like the Holy Spirit like pointed this out to me. They're putting the Virgin Mary above, like idolizing her like above God or something. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure why this was pointed out to me, but I found it curious. I did. It kind of made me think about like how the Mormons idolize Joseph Smith, the prophet, above God. They do. They barely mention Jesus, barely, no matter what they say. So, so I'm investigating this. So I've never taken the hate from. I've never taken the onslaught from the Catholics before, so maybe this will create an onslaught against me. I don't know. Not sure yet. I've had the Christians against me for a time. I had the atheists against me for a time. I've had the Mormons against me for a time. The narcissists against me for a time. Satan against me for a long time. I've had many groups against me. I have. Not the Catholics though. Maybe this will start something. I don't know. So be it. But I don't know. I find it interesting. It got my curiosity. Like the Holy Spirit, like made me curious about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, because the Holy Spirit, He points out idols, what people idolize instead of God, instead of worshiping God. They idolize stuff. Like Virgin Mary or Joseph Smith, or, you know what I mean? Whatever it may be, Holy Spirit points out idols that people put ahead of God. And I think that's what it's doing with me here. Yeah. I might get a lot of heat, but oh well. I'm used to it. This was brought to my attention for this day for a reason. So I don't know much about the Catholic Church. I don't. Besides the obvious stuff that everybody knows, but yeah. From what I've heard, I want it to crumble, like the Mormon Church crumbled, both of them. You know what I mean? The both of them. So, sounds like Mormonism structure. From what you said, Robert, it sounds like the Catholics are like the Mormon structure. Same thing. You know what I mean? For sure. The whole doing rituals and works and stuff like that, instead of with grace, you are saved, with Jesus giving you the free gift of salvation. You know what I mean? It's tough to explain to somebody that's done all these works and the religion that God doesn't really care about that. That doesn't get you in heaven, all these rituals doesn't. So. No, only one way. Only one way. Yeah. It's not through the Virgin Mary. You don't get to heaven through the Virgin Mary. You don't. Not even close. Not even close. only one way. Only one way. So that's my liturgy says. Only one way is with Jesus. That's it. So it's pretty interesting how since I've had the Holy Spirit, it's pointing out all these idols to me. It's like obvious to me now. Like, oh yeah, they're putting Virgin Mary first before God. Oh yeah, they're putting that before God. Whatever it is. That's one of the biggest things I've learned about Holy Spirit. It points out idols that people put instead of God. Even in religion, idols that they put ahead of God. That's a big thing I've noticed about the Holy Spirit. At least with me, because it's like pointing out idols with my former idols that I put ahead of God. It's a nice day outside. It's like someone told me like yesterday. I'm like, he's like, there's trouble. I used to be called trouble all the time. You know what I mean? God knows. So maybe I'm back to my old ways. Even with Holy Spirit trying to calm me down, I'm still causing trouble. I can't help it. Yeah. I'm a rebel. Yeah, the Joker pen. There's always that side of me, in the battle axe. Even Holy Spirit hasn't gotten rid of that troublemaker side of me. Even still. Anyways. But yeah, that's definitely the latest thing. I'm like, because it does make sense from what I've heard from Catholics over all the years. It does seem like they put Virgin Mary above everything. It seems like it. You know what I mean? I've never been in the religion, but from what I've heard, even in movies and stuff, it's like Virgin Mary above God. Instead of God, Virgin Mary. So that's why it caught my curiosity. Maybe Holy Spirit's want me to expose this. Yep. This truth that they're putting Virgin Mary ahead of God in praise and worship. Yeah. 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 The sick stuff that has been exposed in that church. It makes sense that they don't worship God. It makes sense. It's cursed. Yeah, I grew up in that kind of a corrupt kind of thing, but in a different religion. So I know how that goes. If you were abused in the Catholic Church, I know how that goes because I was in a different church, the Mormon church. But God knows about all this stuff. He does. He's not an idiot. He knows about the sick stuff they do in church, in religion. They do. He does. The real God does. Now, nothing gets past his sight. That's what I learned about God. He may have let those horrible things happen to you, but he definitely was not ignorant. He wasn't ignorant of those things that happened to you in religion and Catholicism, if that's what you were in. So, that's what I've learned about God. The real God. He sees all. So, but yeah, anyways, maybe this will start an eruption. Yeah, I'm strong enough for an onslaught, I think. That Christian onslaught that you guys know, I don't know if any of you witnessed the Christian onslaught I took. That was tough, but it was for my benefit. God knew I would survive the Christian onslaught. I knew it would be a tough one, When I was like barely trying to go into the Christian world for the first time. Yeah. I knew I was going to get a Christian onslaught like you wouldn't believe. Saul walking into the Christians. Saul, the enemy of the Christians, walking into them. That's what it was. I knew it was going to be rough. It was. But I'm pretty sure I'm forgiven, so. I don't know. I still feel guilty. I don't deserve anything from God. No, nothing good. But anyways, as far as corruption goes, the two corrupt churches I can think of is Catholic, as far as corruption, and like obvious, and then Mormonism. Two corruptions, so I'm finally exposing another one. That's right. That's right. I'm not afraid. So, yeah, it's time. It is. It's time to bring this to the forefront. Uh, why are they talking about Virgin Mary above everything else? Uh, yeah, big mistake. Big mistake. She ain't God. She's not God. Not even close. Nope. Alright. I never know what video will piss off the masses. I never know. Like that one that sparked the masses to come against me. I didn't see that coming. So I never know which video will spark people to turn against me. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. But this is definitely what I'm supposed to do right now. You know what I mean? Definitely. You know. I did enough witnessing, right? I did enough witnessing. This is the next thing. This is the next thing for sure. The corruption of the Catholic Church. Why is it still standing? Why is there still a Catholic Church? You know what I mean? There shouldn't be one. Nope. Based on the corruption I heard about and what you heard about, there should be no Catholic Church or Mormon Church. Either one. So, oh well. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Based on what I've heard over the years. I'm like, how is the Catholic Church still standing with all that corruption? How are they still standing? I don't know. I don't know. How is the Mormon Church still standing with all their corruption? I don't know. It's a mystery. So, but God is not clueless. I can tell you that much. He's not. Nope. He ain't clueless like I once thought. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I'll say for this video, I think. I don't know. This is definitely what's on the docket right now. If any of you guys have been in the religion and you know that they just put the Virgin Mary like for sure above God, like at the forefront, Virgin Mary, Virgin Mary, Virgin Mary. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Let me know. You know? I really want to know if I'm right about this. If Holy Spirit's right about this. It's him that's telling me that. So because I know how that goes when they claim they don't idolize a person. They claim that, but in their actions they do. You know what I mean? Their actions show they do idolize a person instead of God. Instead of putting God first, they do with their actions. If it's like that, let me know. So, anyways, I'm strong enough for an onslaught, just in case. So, predicted that the Muslims would be next, like I've said in another video, that the Muslims would be next to try to take me down. Like, Jesus is not the Son of God. Muhammad is the guy. You know what I mean? And I thought that fight was going to happen. But apparently this is the next thing. You know, Virgin Mary against Jesus. Who's the top dog? Just kidding. That is curious, though. It is. I would know for sure if I grew up in the Catholic Church, if they put the Virgin Mary first, in front of God. You know, in place of God, they put Virgin Mary first. I would know better if I was in the religion. Maybe I'll go for one Sunday. I'll just go for one Sunday and see if they put the Virgin Mary first. I'll just go one Sunday and see for myself. Use my own eyes. Maybe I'll ask Abel where he goes to church, just so I can verify if they're putting Virgin Mary above God.